Hello everyone, this is Coach Michele. Hope you guys are having a super fantastic day. Let me say, if you hear any noise in the background, it's because I'm visiting family out in the country. So you may hear some chickens, some other animals, and or some people. But I wanted to make sure I'm consistent with dropping my 4 videos every Monday and bringing you guys some nuggets. So for those of you that are joining for the first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. Those of you that are returning, thank you. I appreciate it. So today's video, and I'm doing 4, right? So last week I did a series, I dropped 4. I like that idea of series. Let me know what you guys think. Meaning when I say series, meaning I'm dropping 4 videos on Monday, specifically talking about specific topic, right? So last week was talking about registered nurses. So this week I'm going to be talking about caregivers. So to this specific video, which is number 1 of 4, this video is specifically about, should I hire my caregivers as a W-2 or a W-9, meaning employee or contractor. And let me go over those forms for a minute, guys. If you're hiring a caregiver, an employee, right? So you found some talent and you want to invest and hire that person, then you would be having that person fill out a W-4. The W-4 is going to generate a W-2 at the end of the year. If you decide to hire an individual as a contractor, then that person will be filling out a W-9, which is going to generate a 1099 at the end of the year, meaning you're not taking out taxes, meaning you're not paying employer taxes. However, the purpose of this video is to inform you that you got to make sure you're adhering to the law and set yourself up for success. So I personally recommend that you hire your staff as far as your caregivers. On the IRS website, they have a specific, and you could Google this. What's the difference between an employee and independent contractor? Google, get your own understanding, like I always say, right? However, it clearly gives you the definition and examples of an independent contractor. An independent contractor, if I could pick the best example, would be like a contractor coming to your home, like a painter, right? So the painter, you call the painter out and then you show the painter what rooms you want painted or what items you want painted, and then they give you a quote. You are not telling that person what time to come. They're going to tell you their availability. You're not telling them what time to come. You're not telling them what to wear. You're not telling them what type of brushes to use. You're not telling them that they can't bring any help with them. You're not telling them anything. You're specifically hiring them to paint this job, right? Meaning tasks, whatever the tasks are, paint a room, a wall, a deck, whatever it is, right? So, and then you are telling them what color, and sometimes you could tell them what paint, right? It just depends. However, with an employee, you're telling that employee, your caregiver, what time to go to work, what rules and regulations she must follow, what policies she must follow or he must follow, what to wear, what time to get there, what to do when you get there, clock in, clock out, when to drive, the client somewhere, if you're driving, what to do, how to do. Every single thing you're telling that caregiver to do, that caregiver will never fall under the guidelines of independent contractor. Now, with that being said, if you're in a non-regulated state, guess what? You still need to adhere to that because you can get in trouble, right? So if there's a major franchise, I won't say the name, that was under a huge lawsuit by the franchisees because they bought into this franchise system with the concept of not having to pay employer taxes. And then many of them got in trouble. So they had to go back, pay fines, all kind of stuff, right? You don't want to be in that situation. That's why I'm giving you this information up front so you can make the best decision for your business, regardless if you're in a regulated or non-regulated. Now, there are some exceptions, right? So I believe one is Florida. In Florida, they have multiple different types of licensing. One being a nurse registry. So if you have on a nurse registry, within those rules and regulations, it does state that you can have independent contractors. However, just because that states that within those guidelines, it's not saying that it's going to negate the law, right? As far as what is an independent contractor versus what's an employee. So you want to make sure you set yourself up for success. Personally, in my coaching business, I don't help anyone set up a nurse registry just because I know that it doesn't completely adhere to what is on the IRS website. What is the clear understanding of a contractor through the Department of Labor? So what I would do is encourage you guys to check with your local municipality, check with your the governing organization, meaning, Department of Health, Department of Community Services, Community Affairs, whatever it's called in your area, right? When you're submitting a license application, a licensure application, make sure that you are adhering to every single thing, and get your own understanding, guys, and read the document. Just simply Google what's the difference between an independent contractor and a contractor, so you get your own understanding, right? And you do things right, and you're prepared. Now, the second part of this is, make sure they're filling out the right information, the right form. So if the person you're hiring is an employee, then that person needs to fill out a W-4 that's going to generate the W-2 at the end of the year. You took taxes out, you paid your employer taxes, which would be your quarterly taxes, and it's a 941 form, right? If the person is a contractor, like last week's video talking about a registered nurse, then they would be filling out a W-9, which is going to generate a 1099 at the end of the year if you've paid them more than $600, right? So it's very important, guys, to make sure you have a clear understanding if you're hiring your people, your staff, your team the right way. Independent contractor versus contractor. So last week I talked about a registered nurse. Yes, you can hire a registered nurse to go out and do your comprehensive assessments, your supervisory visits, and things like that, and have that person more on a task-oriented status, if you will, meaning they're not hourly, they're not going out doing consecutive hours rendering services, they're going out to complete specific tasks. So that's really important, guys, to understand the difference. So anytime you're sending someone out and they're rendering care and they're doing consecutive hours, I really want you to understand the difference, right? So it's very, very important. So I hope this guys gave you guys some insight into the difference between the two, give you that knowledge so you could go out and do your own due diligence, so you set yourself up for success while adhering to the law, meaning the IRS, the Department of Labor, your local municipality, the licensing department, whatever it may be. Set yourself up for success from the very beginning. So this is Coach Michele. Hope you guys have an amazing day. If you found value in this video, definitely like it. If you have not subscribed, definitely subscribe and turn on the notifications so you can be alerted each and every time I go live. Make sure you also subscribe to get my text messages every morning at 8 a.m. I send out, and I've been doing it over a year now, I send out some type of inspiration, tip, guidance, knowledge, mindset, something every morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you want to make sure you join that. It's 678-336-7472. Take care, guys. God bless. I'll see you on the next video.